Welcome back to my kitchen. So tonight I am making a sheet pan dinner. A girlfriend of mine one time, I was recovering from a medical procedure and she brought me this dish. And I have loved it ever since. And of course, every time I eat it, I think about that very kind gesture that she did for me. So this is out of Sunset Magazine. It's sort of my take on it. We're making chicken thighs with Chinese 5-spice and roasted apples, sweet potatoes, fennel, and red onion. Man, I just love a good sheet pan dinner. I mean, there's nothing better than putting it all on one pan, putting it in the oven, and having your protein and all your veg in one go. I mean, it's the best thing ever. So I'm gonna make a big batch because definitely this is gonna be really good for lunch tomorrow and for leftovers. Chinese 5-spice is pretty easily found in your grocery store. And it's kind of this crazy blend of beautiful seasoning. It's very warming spices. So super nice for the winter, super nice for the fall, and really good on chicken. I have my oven behind me, preheating at 425. The first thing I'm going to do is start with fennel. But fennel is delicious. It's got kind of an anise flavor. If you don't like fennel, if you don't like that flavor, you don't have to use this, but I really recommend it. As you can see, I'm just cleaning up my fennel and I just cut the tops off. And you can save the fronds for sprinkling on top if you want. They're kind of fun, They taste good. They taste really good. Wow, it's really good, like licorice. And then I just cut the bottom off. And you see this piece right here is like pretty brown, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. And all the inside is like pretty nice and perfect. I'm just gonna cut these in half. I'm just gonna cut them into wedges. And these are pretty small, so I bought 2. I like fennel. It cooks up really sweet and it adds beautiful aroma to this dish. Here I have my baking tray and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a spray for insurance. Just put my fennel right on that tray. And this is a red onion. And if it's an onion, what I'm about to do. Oh yes, she is. Yes, she is. I'm gonna cut the top off, just peeling it up. I've got a little compost bucket right here. That's where all that trash is going. Okay, so for my onion, I'm gonna just do the same thing. I'm just going to cut it into wedges. And I'm gonna put this right on the tray with the fennel. Now we're just gonna give everything a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay, now we have some sweet potatoes. This is gonna be like what makes it a whole meal, right? You got your veg, you got your starch, and you'll have your protein. So all of it on the tray. All I have to do is peel these sweet potatoes. And of course you don't have to peel your sweet potatoes. You can give them a really good scrub and you can eat the peel on a sweet potato. So I'm just gonna do them like in big slices like that. We're just gonna put the sweet potatoes in with the onions and the fennel. Sheet pan dinner, that's how it works. Everything right on the pan. Can't go wrong. And the last thing I have here is 2 apples. These are Fuji apples, but you can use any kind of apple you like. Fuji are my favorite. I am just taking the core out, leaving the skin on, and I'm just gonna wedge up the apples and put them on my sheet tray. I'm gonna eat this one. Looks too good. Nobody's gonna miss it. But now what I wanna do is I wanna make sure that my sweet potatoes are also seasoned. So I probably could have done that with the other things, but let's just at least give them a little bit of salt and pepper because sweet potatoes need a little bit of seasoning for sure. Not too much, not as much as a regular potato. My sheet pan is all put together and I have my chicken and I'm just gonna lay this chicken on top of all these vegetables. You can use any cut of chicken that you want, but the thighs are where it's at if you ask me. So here I have 2 tablespoons of butter that I just melted in my microwave. And I'm not afraid to use butter. We've already established that. So 2 tablespoons of butter for all of this. And here is my Chinese 5-spice, and I'm gonna use 1.5 teaspoons. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of honey to this butter and Chinese 5-spice mixture. My house, my rules, you know. So I'm just mixing this up, this little mixture up here. And it comes together pretty easily. And that's it, 3 ingredients: butter, honey, Chinese 5-spice. Boom, done. All we have to do is take this and brush it onto the chicken. And I mean, I'm really brushing it on. I'm gonna use everything that's in this bowl. I'm just gonna give it a little more salt on the top and pepper, because even though I am using salted butter, you know, it is chicken and it does need to be seasoned. Okay guys, that's it. That's my sheet pan dinner, all put together. This is going in a 425-degree oven. I'm gonna put it in for 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna check it, and if there's any juice that comes out of this chicken, I'm gonna make sure it gets put back into the dish. So I'm gonna baste it in about 15 minutes. And then I'm just gonna keep cooking it for like 15-20 minutes more until everything is roasted and finished. Okay, so I took my chicken and my pan out of the oven, and you see there's a little juice in the bottom. And don't worry, these are not burned. I'm just gonna take this juice and I'm just basting it over everything. And look at all the juice that came out. There was no oil in this pan. In fact, I might even put these on the more like toward the bottom shelf so the top doesn't cook anymore. But I'm not afraid of that crispy skin. Actually, truth be told, I'm not eating the skin on mine today anyway, because I don't have room for the skin in my tracker. Juicy deliciousness going back in the oven for like 10 minutes, and then it's dinner time. Look at that beautiful tray of food. Look at it. Wow. Okay, dinner's done. Looking good. Nice crispy skin. Not burnt, just roasted. Little bit of juice on everything. Juice from the apples, juice from the fennel. It's just gonna make everything taste really good. There's our dinner and some good leftovers. This is amazing. Okay, there it is. Look at that, sheet pan dinner. I'm just gonna taste it right out of the pan for you. Everything that's going on my plate is in this pan, and it's just us here. So a piece of chicken, a little piece of apple with some fennel. But I'm just gonna put everything in one bite. So. Oh, wow, that is so good. That sort of warm spice on the chicken is so beautiful. The apple is sweet. The fennel is another layer of spice. This is freaking delicious.